Today, we're going to be talking about my top stocks with bullish patterns that I'm looking at for the week of April 5th. It's important to remember that these swing trade stocks have more risk involved because I'm only doing a technical analysis on these stocks. If I buy into any of these stocks this week, it's not for fundamental reasons, but rather it's because the chart pattern looks good. Let's get into it. The first stock that looks appealing to trade is FSLY, which trades under ticker FSLY. This stock just broke out of a bullish pennant pattern, which works like this. The stock starts to form a triangle with its highs and lows. At the end of the triangle, the stock will either break upwards or downwards. FSLY broke out upwards. FSLY also broke above the 9-day, the 21-day, and the 50-day EMA, which indicates to me that FSLY is bullish in the short term. Since it's still below the 180-day SMA, I will be looking for my exit point when it reaches that. I would plan my entry anywhere in the $70 range or lower. What we'll be looking for this stock is for it to be surfing along the blue 50-day EMA upwards at least until it reaches the orange 180-day SMA at about $78. This stock can continue to keep moving above that, but it's important to manage risk and take profit along the way. If this stock breaks below the blue line drastically at any point, it might be a good idea to take profits because it could indicate that FSLY is transitioning back to being bearish. Previously, FSLY had a similar pattern where it dipped, found a support, broke above the blue 50-day EMA, and continued that upward trend to make over a 50% gain. And I was able to cover about 32% of that. I'll be looking for a similar pattern to happen again with FSLY. The next stock with an attractive chart pattern is Docusign, under ticker DOCU. Docusign is similar to FSLY in that it recently dipped and it could begin to recover soon. Docusign looks like it found a support right around $192 and it just broke above the 9-day, the 21-day, and the 50-day EMA, which once again indicates a short-term bullish move. We're looking for Docusign to continue this bullish trend and follow along the blue 50-day EMA until it reaches the 180-day SMA at around $226. A good entry point for Docusign would be as close to $203 as possible. If Docusign does break below the 50-day EMA, it could indicate a bearish move, which probably means it's time to take profits or cut losses. Previously, Docusign had a similar pattern where it dipped, found a support, and broke above the 50-day EMA. From there, it continued to follow the 50-day EMA to make a high of about $244, which was over a 20% move upwards. We're looking for a similar pattern like this to happen again with Docusign. The third stock with a bullish chart pattern is GTEC Holdings, which trades under ticker GTEC. GTEC definitely looks like a more speculative play with massive pumps and dips, but it also looks like it had a rather consistent pattern upwards. It has found support near the 180-day SMA for the last 6 months, and it's reaching that support again. As GTEC falls back down to the orange 180-day SMA, we will be looking for it to find a support and gain confirmation of a reversal. From there, we'll be looking for an entry as close to 180-day SMA as possible, and we will be looking for an exit in between the $13 and $17 mark near previous highs, while taking profits along the way. GTEC previously had a similar pattern where it found a support on the 180-day SMA and ran up over 200% to make new all-time highs. I don't expect GTEC to make another move like this, but any profit is still profit at the end of the day. Make sure to manage your risk well with this stock and set a tight stop loss because GTEC is a stock that likes to move. The fourth stock with a bullish pattern is Nano Dimension, which trades under ticker NNDM. Nano Dimension had a similar pattern to FSLY. It formed a pennant and broke out above the pennant. The only concerning thing about NNDM is that it's in the innovative tech space, which is a very volatile industry right now. Innovative tech had a recent correction which could cause Nano Dimension to continue falling, even though it just broke out above the bullish pennant. Nonetheless, Nano Dimension broke out of the pennant and fell back towards the bottom support line, which indicates that nothing has gone south yet, and it could find a support on this line and continue to trend upwards again to recent highs. If Nano Dimension were to break below the bottom support line though, it could continue to keep falling until it finds a new support. A good entry point could be anywhere in the low $8 range around $8.40, and a good exit would be in the high $10 range around $10.60. It's very important to note that Nano Dimension is in the sector which is very volatile right now, so it could break below the support and trend downwards for a while. Always buy after receiving confirmation of an upwards trend. The last stock with a longer term bullish pattern is Tattooed Chef, which trades under ticker TTCF. Over the last 200 days, Tattooed Chef has been forming a pennant pattern. It's in the early stages of the pennant, so it's difficult to tell whether it will break out above the pennant or below the pennant into new lows, but I'm fairly confident that TTCF will make a move upwards. This is because TTCF is a rapidly growing company with good fundamentals behind it. Nonetheless, if you're a long-term bullish investor of TTCF, it would be a great deal to buy now. But if you're skeptical about TTCF, it would be a good stock to enter in the future if it breaks above the pennant pattern near the $25 to $27 range. It's hard to know when to exit this stock because there is no previous support above that price, so it would be smart to take incremental profits if you're a trader. If you're a long-term investor though, TTCF seems like it has a large growth in front of it, so you may only decide to sell it in a decade or more. If you want me to do a full fundamental analysis on TTCF, let me know in the comments, but I know there are several of them out there on YouTube already. Let me know what stocks you want me to do a technical or fundamental analysis on. Manage your risk well this week. Peace.